Welcome to Mystic Realms, where we explore the hidden mysteries of the universe, the ancient wisdom of the ages, and the esoteric traditions that have shaped the spiritual evolution of humankind. Since the beginning of time, humanity has sought to unravel the mysteries of existence. Who are we? Where do we come from? What lies beyond the physical realm? While many have searched for answers in philosophy, science, and religion, others have turned to a more secretive and mystical path, the path of spiritual initiation. Spiritual initiations are among the oldest and most sacred traditions in human history. They represent rites of passage, personal transformation, and the transmission of hidden knowledge that awaken higher states of consciousness. These initiations were never meant for the masses. They were reserved for those willing to undergo deep inner change, those prepared to step beyond the illusions of the material world and embrace the mysteries of the divine. Ancient Egypt, the birthplace of sacred initiations. Among all the ancient civilizations, Egypt stands as one of the most significant when it comes to spiritual initiation. The Egyptian priesthood guarded powerful secrets related to the nature of the soul, the afterlife, and the cosmic forces that govern existence. The temples of Luxor, Karnak, Abydos, and the Great Pyramid of Giza were not just places of worship but centers of spiritual training, where initiates would undergo years, sometimes decades, of preparation before being allowed to access the higher mysteries. The Egyptian initiation process followed a structured, multi-level path. The outer mysteries. These teachings were available to the general public and involved religious rituals, mythology, and moral lessons. The lesser mysteries, reserved for serious seekers, these involved the study of sacred symbols, hieroglyphs, astrology, and the science of the soul. The greater mysteries, the highest level of initiation, where the adept underwent symbolic death and resurrection, often conducted within the darkened chambers of the Great Pyramid itself. One of the most famous Egyptian initiation rituals was the Rite of Osiris, in which the initiate would be placed in a sarcophagus within a temple or pyramid for 3 days, experiencing a symbolic death and rebirth. This process was meant to teach the initiate that consciousness does not end with physical death, and to awaken their connection to higher spiritual realms. Those who successfully completed the process were said to have gained wisdom beyond ordinary human perception, including the ability to communicate with higher dimensional beings and access universal knowledge. The Egyptian mysteries influenced many later spiritual traditions, including the Greek and Roman mystery schools, as well as the esoteric teachings of the Hermetic order. The mystery schools of Greece and Rome. While Egypt may have been the cradle of initiation, Greece and Rome developed their own powerful mystery traditions. The most famous of these were the Eleusinian mysteries, which took place in the sacred city of Eleusis. These initiations were based on the myth of Persephone and Demeter, symbolizing death, rebirth, and the immortality of the soul. Participants in the Eleusinian mysteries were sworn to secrecy under the penalty of death. They drank a sacred brew called kykeon, which some scholars believe contained psychoactive substances that induced mystical visions. These visions were said to reveal the true nature of the afterlife, offering initiates a deep, personal understanding of existence beyond the physical realm. Similar secretive initiation rites were practiced by the Pythagoreans, the Orphic mystics, and later the Roman Mithraic cults, which were particularly popular among soldiers. In the Mithraic tradition, initiates had to pass through 7 levels of initiation, each associated with a celestial body and a specific challenge that tested their spiritual strength, wisdom, and resilience. The alchemical initiations of the Middle Ages and the Renaissance. During the Middle Ages, much of the ancient wisdom was forced underground due to religious persecution. However, secret societies such as the Knights Templar, the Freemasons, and the Rosicrucians continued to preserve and practice the hidden arts of initiation. The alchemists of the Renaissance also developed their own initiatory system, using the metaphor of turning lead into gold as a symbol for the transformation of the soul. True alchemy was never just about physical transmutation. It was about purifying one's spirit, transcending ego, and achieving enlightenment. The Emerald Tablet of Hermes Trismegistus, one of the most revered alchemical texts, famously stated, "As above, so below. As within, so without." This simple yet profound statement encapsulated the entire philosophy of initiation, that by understanding and transforming the self, one could understand and transform the universe itself. The alchemists believed that to access the secrets of the cosmos, one had to undergo their own personal great work, a process of inner alchemy that included purification of the soul, breaking down the ego, and eventually achieving spiritual enlightenment. The trials they faced during this inner transformation mirrored those faced by initiates in ancient temples, where every obstacle was seen as a necessary step towards spiritual illumination. Modern initiations. The esoteric traditions today. Although many of the ancient mystery schools have faded into history, their teachings live on in various spiritual and esoteric traditions today. Modern Freemasonry, Theosophy, the Golden Dawn, and various mystical branches of Kabbalah, Sufism, and Tibetan Buddhism all continue to offer structured initiations designed to expand consciousness and awaken the higher self. But in today's world, spiritual initiation is no longer limited to secret societies or formal ceremonies. Many people undergo personal spiritual awakenings through meditation, deep introspection, psychedelic experiences, shamanic practices, and near-death experiences. The Kundalini awakening, a phenomenon well known in Eastern traditions, mirrors many of the same transformational effects that ancient initiates sought. Even in popular culture, the theme of initiation is present. Many classic mythological and literary heroes, from King Arthur and the Grail Knights to Luke Skywalker in Star Wars, follow the classic hero's journey, which is essentially a modern adaptation of the ancient initiation process. The eternal path of the initiate. Yet, not everyone who seeks initiation is truly ready. The path demands inner strength, humility, and an unbreakable will to uncover the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it may be. Many who begin this journey find themselves facing their own fears, illusions, and shadows, as initiation is not just about gaining knowledge, but about transforming the very essence of one's being. This is why ancient traditions often tested their initiates through solitude, silence, and rigorous challenges that stripped away the false self, leaving only the pure, awakened soul. The deeper one walks into the mysteries, the more they must surrender to the unknown, trusting that the universe itself will guide them. It is a journey that does not promise comfort, but it does promise truth, wisdom, and liberation. Even in modern times, those who undergo deep spiritual awakening often experience intense dreams, synchronicities, and encounters with unseen forces, guiding them toward their higher purpose. Every symbol, every initiation ritual, and every mystical vision points toward the same eternal truth. We are more than just physical beings. We are part of a vast, infinite cosmic intelligence. But to truly understand this, one must not just read or listen, but experience and live the path of initiation. The question is, are you ready to take the first step? If so, your journey begins now. As the initiate embarks on this sacred path, they are reminded that the journey never truly ends. In fact, spiritual initiation is an ongoing process, a spiral of growth and deepening wisdom that unfolds throughout one's lifetime. The more one learns, the more one realizes how vast the mysteries truly are. As ancient wisdom teaches, the true initiate is always a student, always evolving, always seeking to align more deeply with the divine. This eternal pursuit of truth and enlightenment is not for the faint of heart, but for those willing to dedicate themselves to the path of spiritual evolution. This path leads to a place of oneness with all that is, the realization that every soul, every being, and every fragment of the universe is connected in a vast web of existence. True initiation is not just about gaining spiritual knowledge, but about becoming one with the very fabric of the cosmos, understanding the sacredness of life itself. When you begin to live in alignment with the wisdom of the initiates, you will find that everything you need is already within you. Your connection to the divine, to the cosmic flow, becomes an inexhaustible source of strength, guidance, and clarity. As you walk this path, You will naturally begin to radiate love, light, and wisdom, serving as a beacon for others who are also seeking to awaken to their highest potential. Yet, as powerful as this journey is, it is important to remember that the path of initiation is not a solitary one. We are all interconnected, and true spiritual awakening comes not only through personal growth, but through the collective evolution of humanity. Each initiate who steps onto this path contributes to the awakening of the collective consciousness, helping to raise the vibration of the planet and bring humanity closer to a state of unity and peace. In this way, initiation is not just a personal journey, but a sacred contribution to the evolution of all life. The more you awaken, the more you are able to assist others on their own journey of awakening. This is the true power of spiritual initiation. It is not about elevating oneself above others, but about lifting all beings toward the light of truth and love. Join us on Mystic Realms as we continue to explore the ancient traditions of initiation, uncovering the secrets that have shaped the spiritual evolution of humankind. Stay tuned, subscribe, and let's embark on this mystical journey together.